Suella Braverman poured fuel on the flames of national tensions before Saturday's pro-Palestine march. She gave a green light to the morons who came to London on the false pretext the cenotaph was under attack. She effectively told the public they couldn't trust the police, and those who came looking for a fight did so with her apparent blessing. Well, scenes like this were predictable, inevitable, and entirely her fault. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has been criticised as weak for letting Braverman get away with repeated outbursts that were specifically engineered to cause controversy. Critics say he's risk-averse, managerial, not a leader, but by sacking Braverman and bringing David Cameron back into government, he certainly changed that narrative. And judging by how enraged Labour supporters are about his return, I'd say they probably fear that it's a rather smart move. But if part of the plan was to overshadow Braverman's sacking, well, bad luck. We won't forget that she abandoned her duty to keep this country safe. She was reckless in the extreme to criticise the police ahead of the most controversial public demonstration in years. She had to go, as I said on this show. But that doesn't mean the police or the pro-Palestine supporters are immune to criticism. Last week, I interviewed Douglas Murray in an exchange that's now been viewed many millions of times around the world. A lot of people focused on this exchange.
OK, well, here's a challenge, Piers. If you decided to go on some kind of march and in week one you discovered that you had the BNP along your side calling, for instance, for the murder of all black people, would you not wonder whether or not you should go on week two? And would you not drop out by about week three? I'd have thought so. I would.
Well, you asked a very pertinent question, and the answer is yes. As I said, I would. Many thousands of people marched peacefully to support Palestine this weekend. They have every right to do so in a democratic country that's serious about free speech. But let's be clear, among those crowds were some hateful racists and blatant anti-Semites. Many people, again, chanted this.
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
That's unacceptable. From the river to the sea calls for the complete eradication of Israel. If there are any doubt about their intent, listen to this guy.
Why every so many hundred years the Zionists get slaughtered? Because Hitler knew how to deal with these people. They probably made a program so they can create a state of Israel in the expense of Palestinian Muslims' blood.
Well, it's disgraceful, isn't it? Among the crowds, there were many offensive placards. This woman marched proudly around with a Star of David mocked up as a swastika. Another sign showed a Jewish snake suffocating the world, a familiar Nazi trope. These men showed up in Hamas headbands. There were many more examples. We've all seen them. Protesters have every right to demonstrate against Israel's response to the terror attacks on October the 7th. I've said that repeatedly. But we can't allow this unfettered anti-Semitism on our streets. Why didn't other protesters step in to prevent this? Why do the police seem to do nothing besides tweeting about it afterwards? I remember when the police stepped in preemptively to arrest Republican protesters who tried to picket the King's coronation. I didn't think that was right at the time, but if they could be capable of doing that on that occasion, why couldn't they do that to the blatant anti-Semites on this occasion, some of whom were obviously glorifying terrorists? And that is a crime in this country.